Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Zalaran and I'm an idiot. Yeah, I am an idiot. I am a dumbass. I don't know what I've been doing with my life this whole time. So, let me tell you a story. I was looking to do some 3v3s to finally get out of the 1500 bracket because I haven't really done any arenas or anything competitive since patch 7.15 hit. Recently I've been playing a lot more arenas and I don't want to push rating, and I do want to play mostly Outlaw whenever I am pushing rating because I find the Outlaw spec a lot more fun to PvP with, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, I found this random team and they had a hunter and a healer on the team, and I thought Thug Leave would actually be pretty cool. I played a bit of Thug Leave as Outlaw, it'll work. But then I had a second thought. I thought to myself that maybe they won't really like me playing Outlaw in a Thug Leave. I mean, I know it's a pretty decent spec and I can make it work as an Outlaw rogue. I've played it before. The damage that a Survival Hunter and an Outlaw rogue can put together in terms of just straight up burst is intense. But I decided to play it safe. I decided to play a little bit of Assassination, so then I make sure I get some games in, so these guys just don't kick me as soon as they see me playing Outlaw. So, I swapped to Assassination. I decided to bite the bullet, just give it a few games, and I just had no idea just how strong Assassination is in arenas. I mean, you would think you would expect this video out of me like at the very beginning of Legion, where everybody is pushing rating, everybody is playing Assassination, and there I was, still rocking Outlaw as best I could, and even trying to make subtlety work here and there in some random BGs, just talking a bit about rogues here and there. But I got to play Assassination and I thought it was actually a very viable spec, so this is basically my video to talk a little bit about it. So if you're like me and if you're a loser who is just holding on to a spec, first of all, I gotta say great props for holding on to your main spec, be it Outlaw or Subtlety. Keep doing what you do. But if you are somebody who is struggling at pushing rating, or somebody who is struggling at just general rogue improvement, I definitely feel like Assassination is one of the specs you guys should pick up, especially for 3v3 arenas. What's great about Assassination is, one, it's easy to pick up, especially at lower brackets, because the spec isn't complex, it's not complicated, it's not some kind of a jigsaw puzzle you have to solve. It's not a subtlety rogue of any previous expansions besides Legion. Think of subtlety rogues in Caddis, think of subtlety rogues in Mob, think of subtlety rogues in WoD. The spec is fairly easy to pick up. It's a simple rotation to go through in terms of maintaining your dots, putting up your poisons. It's a little bit of getting used to because the damage is a little bit slower, as I believe most people in World of Warcraft do like the big numbers that can be hit like bam, bam, just back-to-back big numbers over and over and over. But Assassination is a bit of a slowed down version, but it still deals a ton of damage. You have plenty of CC in order to give you opportunities to throw around crowd control all over the place. You have a couple different playstyles because of the dot-based playstyle and the ramp-up playstyle that you have. You can either spread pressure damage to more than one target. You can benefit in terms of your energy control, in terms of how much energy you're gaining every time you are using any of your abilities. You have CC of Blind added in 7.15, which gives you a lot more opportunity to be competitive in PvP, as you can line up that last second CC at the very end when all other CC have been exhausted, all defensive have been exhausted, and all trinkets have been exhausted, making Assassination even deadlier than before. And Assassination was already a solid spec even without Blind. It did feel a little bit weird without Blind, but it was definitely a solid spec prior. One of the advantages of playing Assassination, and this is something that I am gonna attune to here, familiarity. This spec is actually very familiar. I didn't play Assassination in the past like a crazy mofo. I didn't really explore the spec as my main spec. But when you play it after all the changes in Legion, it feels a lot like Combat Rogues or Warlords General. As a Combat Rogue back in WoD, in 3v3s, you were there. I mean, there was a little bit of opportunity for Blind into Sap, you know, Vanished Saps was an opportunity, Vanished Sheep Shop was an opportunity, but for the most part, you were there just to deal as much damage as possible and lock down one target. And that's where Assassination and Combat Rogues are alike. Assassination of Legion, Combat Rogues of WoD. You're there to simply train one target or the target of choice. You have opportunities to swap enemies with Vanished Cheap Shot into Artifact Weapon, into maybe your Vendetta. You have some opportunities for that kind of damage. But for the most part, the spec is there just to train one target down until all cooldowns, all trinkets, everything has been exhausted, and then you score the kill. It's a lot of a build up, so there's a little bit of ramp up, but I'm kind of used to the ramp up when you think about it, because I used to remember ramping up for my Insight over and over and over so many times as a Combat Rogue. So that's very familiar, and I don't know, it felt kind of easy to score a kill on target because all you're doing is just focusing one target. All you're doing is maybe shadow step kicking an enemy once in a while. So that's the most amount of PvP you're really gonna see in terms of just crazy CC. But the rest of the time, you're trying to line up as much damage on the enemy, and with the Legion Prune that happened over, like, I guess, expansion, lining up CC on an enemy, or lining up damage on the enemy is not as difficult anymore. It used to be like your PvP rotation and PvE rotation were completely different, but now you basically PvE and PvP people all in the same wake at the same time. So that feels very weird and different and interesting at the same time. But yeah, it's just really difficult to explain. But it just feels so inherently easier in terms of pushing rating. Like, I actually see myself playing some Assassination and continuing to play Assass until a very high rating this season, but I do want to see if I can push as high as I can as an Outlaw Rogue. So, what is the point of this video? Go out and play some Assassination if you have not. If you've been wanting to push rating, play Assassination for 3v3s. Focus on one target, focus on lining up the CC on a target, focus on communication with others, be able to have Shadow Step Kidney or Shadow Step Kick available, be able to throw some CC in there, but for the most part you're just there to deal as much damage as possible and carry the enemy to the graveyard as fast as can or as slow as you can, just in any way possible. Just set up the kill for your friendlies, set up a kill for your allies. Be that guy to deliver the enemy on a silver platter. That is your whole sole job as an Assassination Rogue. And I'm pretty sure that's easy for a lot of you guys to do. Because honestly, if I can do it, and I'm just above average scrub, then anybody else can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more Assassination Rogue videos in general. And if you guys want to see more Assassination Rogue 3v3s, I can definitely play some Assassination for you guys a little bit while I'm pushing rating. Because I'm open to opportunities. Until then, guys, I hope you enjoy. And I'll see you guys in another Assassination Rogue video very, very soon.